Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nico Bobico. For the second year in a row, I've decided to make a video dedicated to my top 10 catches. This year was fantastic for rail fanning, and my top 10 is absolutely loaded. It was very difficult to make this list, but I think I have found the perfect top 10. So, without further ado, here is my top 10 catches of 2024. Number 10 brings us to the town of Olmsted Falls, Ohio, where we see Norfolk Southern train number 260, a daily intermodal from Chicago, Illinois to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Today, interestingly enough, they had an Amtrak Charger trailing. This Charger, number 300, had recently been involved in a wreck where it hit a semi, so its nose was destroyed and it was on its way for repair. Number 9 brings us to the small town of LaFox, Illinois, where we see a very strange Union Pacific manifest. Today, it had 3 units on the head end and 2 mid-DPUs. That might sound relatively normal until you notice that one of the DPUs was a Cotton Belt GP60. These units are usually on local service, so it's very rare seeing one as a mid-DPU, let alone it being one of the ones still left in Cotton Belt paint. Number 8 brings us to the city of Brook Park, Ohio, where we see CSX train M364, a daily manifest from Avon, Indiana to Selkirk, New York. This train often sees other railroad units in transit, and today was no different. But today, it had something more special than usual, a restored Amtrak F40. This unit was heading to Webb Rail, a rail charter company located in New York. This unit is likely going to be used on excursion trains.
That's it.
Number 7 brings us to the city of Lakewood, Ohio. Here, we see Norfolk Southern train number 316, a daily manifest from Bellevue, Ohio to Binghamton, New York. Today, it had the unusual load of a wrecked Norfolk Southern -9. This unit was involved in a wreck in South Carolina in 2022, and it was on its way to be rebuilt by Wabtec in Erie, Pennsylvania. Usually, rebuilds from Altoona take the Norfolk Southern Youngstown line, but due to the extra height, it had to be rerouted via the Cleveland District. Number 6 brings us to the neighborhood of Little Italy in Cleveland, Ohio, where we see CSX train M560, a daily manifest from Cincinnati, Ohio to Selkirk, New York. But today, it was more than just a manifest, it was also serving as a funeral train. A funeral train is referred to as a train that is transporting locomotives that are usually heading to a scrapper. Today, it had a multitude of MP15 switchers bound for Larry's Truck and Electric in Lordstown, Ohio. Usually, units destined for this place take the CSX Newcastle sub, but for some reason these took the Cleveland Short Line today. Luckily for these units, they will likely be repainted and put into leasing service, but only time will tell. Number 5s bring us to two cities, LaFox, Illinois, and Blue Island, Illinois. These are the two places I was able to catch the Union Pacific Big Boy on his 2024 excursion. As fate would have it, our number 9 catch, the Cotton Bell GP60, just happened to stop directly next to us due to a coupler breaking the train apart, so I got a really cool shot of them passing each other. Good, thank you.
I did it! You did? I did it!
Number 4 brings us back to Lakewood, Ohio. Here, we see Norfolk Southern Train 981, an as-needed export train from Erie, Pennsylvania to Norfolk, Virginia. Today, it had the last locomotives in an order for the Egyptian Railways. These might look familiar, because I managed to catch a 981 in the daylight last year, and I had it as my number 1 catch of the year. If that doesn't give you an idea of the caliber of this year's catches, I don't know what does. Number 3 brings us back to Brook Park, Ohio, where we see the CSX Office Car Special being pulled by their 3 signature Baltimore and Ohio scheme F40s. This was a very pretty office car special, with all their rolling stock being in the same scheme as the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, and they had some very nice rolling stock cars. This was my first time getting him, as it was the first time the OCS has ran the Cleveland Short Line in about 2 to 3 years. Number 2 brings us to the Triscuit RTA station in Cleveland, Ohio, where we see the Norfolk Southern Office Car Special running to Chicago, Illinois from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Today, it had the great power of a heritage unit and a special interest unit. More specifically, Norfolk Southern's Reading Heritage Unit and the Norfolk Southern Employee Appreciation Unit. This catch felt really good for me, as I've gotten really good at missing this specific office car special in a lot of painful ways over the last couple of years, so it was very nice finally being able to get it. Now, before we take a look at number 1, let's look at 3 honorable mentions. The first one takes us to East Lake, Ohio, where we see CSX train M267. M267 is a Monday through Saturday manifest from Dormice, New Jersey to Detroit, Michigan. Today, it had a duo of special units. Now, I caught a few Heritage Unit duos this year, but what makes this one stand out from the rest is the leader, 3194. 3194 is a unit honoring law enforcement, and it has arguably the best horn ever made on it, the RS-5T. The trailing unit is CSX 1982, the Seaboard System Heritage Unit.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it.
Our second honorable mention brings us to Berea, Ohio. Here, we see CSX train M368, a daily manifest from Chicago, Illinois to Selkirk, New York. Today, He had a very rare unit trailing second, a former Norfolk Southern B-32-8. Norfolk Southern retired all of their B-32-8s in 2017, and most have been either scrapped or found new life on short-line railroads, so seeing this one on the Class 1 is very rare.
Got a race going on us down there.
Our final honorable mention brings us to Willoughby, Ohio, where we see CSX train G107, an as-needed grain train from Cicero, Illinois to Albany, New York. Today, it had a railroad that had never before seen the rails of Cleveland, Ohio, the Montana Rail Link. BNSF famously bought out the MRL in 2022, and in 2024, BNSF began to spread their SD70 ACEs around their system, mostly on coal service. This one, however, was on grain service for a short time and found its way to Ohio. Now, our number 1 catch. This one brings us back to my favorite spot, Berea, Ohio. Here, we see a mix of really special cargo and fallen flags. This is CSX train S994, an as-needed windmill train to and from various locations. This one was bound for the Buffalo and Pittsburgh Railway in Butler, Pennsylvania. The power on him was a very nice bonus as well, as it had a BNSF fake bonnet -9 trailing second. And with that, the 2024 Railfan season comes to an end. This year was absolutely amazing. I want to thank all my new and old subscribers for joining me in my Railfan journey. Stay tuned, as sometime this week I plan to release a video based on a list of all of my Railfanning goals for 2024, as well as create a new list for 2025. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.